Bueno, muy buenas tardes a todas las personas que se empiezan a unir a esta sesión informativa del día de hoy. Mucho gusto. Mi nombre es Karen Martínez, parte del equipo de Consejería Académica y Relaciones Internacionales en Colfuturo. Y el día de hoy estamos realizando esta sesión informativa con University of Southern California, ubicada en Estados Unidos. Y como pueden verlo, estoy muy bien acompañada con representantes de 8 facultades de toda la universidad, entre las que se encuentran la Escuela de Leyes, la Escuela de Políticas Públicas, la de Comunicación Social, Escuela de Negocios, el Colegio de Letras, Artes y Ciencias y la Escuela de Gerontología y también la de Ingeniería y Arquitectura. Es muy importante aclararles un poco la metodología de esta sesión, que es un poco diferente a las que habitualmente realizamos. Inicialmente vamos a tener una breve introducción de 15 minutos presentando todas las generalidades de la universidad y los datos que para todos ustedes sean relevantes, y posteriormente vamos a dirigirnos a unas salas de Meet que corresponderán a su interés de estudio. Entonces, si ustedes están interesados en llevar a cabo un posgrado en la Escuela de Negocios o en la Escuela de Leyes, se dirigirán al link de Meet que los dirige a esta sala y a este representante. Bien, allí se les va a hablar en específico sobre la oferta académica que haya al respecto, sobre las opciones de financiación, quizás temas también de hospedaje, y ustedes van a poder tener la oportunidad de solucionar sus inquietudes de forma directa con el representante directo también de esta facultad. Quiero recordarles a todos y todas que este es el lugar ideal para que puedan resolver sus inquietudes y preguntas, así que por favor no duden en dirigir sus novedades a todos los representantes que nos acompañan en esta ocasión. Y adicionalmente, si todavía no tienen total claridad sobre el funcionamiento del programa Crédito Beca, los invitamos a nuestras charlas el primer viernes y segundo sábado de cada mes. Como sabrán, estos webinars se están haciendo en el marco de nuestros convenios y USC ofrece becas por facultades, dependerá de la facultad y del programa la cantidad o el porcentaje de descuento de beca. Por eso reitero la importancia de que lo pregunten directamente en la sala a la que serán dirigidos. Entonces, sin mayor preámbulo, Jessica and everyone, thank you so much for being here today with us with COLFUTURO. You can go ahead and start your presentation.
So, hi everyone, my name is Lisa Kwan. I'm the Associate Director at the Office of Graduate Admissions. So we're Central Admissions, and I'm just going to give you a quick introduction to USC. Afterwards, if you have any more program-specific questions, you are welcome to reach, you're going to be breaking out into groups and you can ask them for more information. So just a quick introduction in case everyone's not familiar with USC. So we're located in Los Angeles. We're actually an urban school very close to downtown LA, if anyone's ever been here. So we have 2 campuses and we have 23 different schools covering over 400 plus graduate programs. And that covers, of course, PhD, master's, and graduate certificates. And so in our university, we have 26,000 graduate and professional students, and more than 25%, 27% of them are international students. So we cover over 135 countries are represented in our student population. So it's diversity and a very extensive population is represented here. In terms of our school itself, the class sizes, we are 9-to-1 ratio. So that means for every 9 students, we have 1 faculty. And usually the average class size is around 26 students. Now, of course, research and innovation opportunities are available throughout the campus and throughout our program. So it's something that you can explore further depending on what your field of study that you would like to pursue. So something to look into. And on top of that, of course, as I mentioned, alumni network is a very big part of the USC kind of package and what you can get from attending USC. And these are things that you can look into in terms of different resources that our university is able to provide. So I'm also going to go through just a few tips and things that are important for students if you are thinking about applying for graduate admissions. So some key points. For PhD, majority of PhD, the deadline is December 1st. So you still have a few months if you're planning to apply for PhD. Of course, that differs for different departments. For example, I think Viterbi is December 15th. So it's important that you check the website for the department that you're planning to apply for, especially for master's. Master's is complete across the board. There's all different types of application deadlines. So it's important that you're checking, especially if you're thinking about starting in the spring, summer instead of the fall. Okay, so if you're kind of unsure about which program specifically you want to apply for each term, your you're allowed to apply to up to 3 programs, and that's for per term. So in a year, that's 9 different programs. And in terms of application fee, just so everyone knows, there are fee waivers that are available. So if you're interested in checking for if you're eligible for one, please check our website. And if you are planning to apply for a fee waiver, please know that it's very important that you apply for the fee waiver first before submitting your application and paying for the fee, because we can't refund the fee. So if you are planning to do that, please remember to apply for the fee waiver first, and then submit your application. Now, other things that are really important for students that if you're coming from Colombia is, of course, if you're putting your application together, a lot of, in terms of your personal statement, in terms of your letter of recommendation, or other things that your program might want you to submit, that is up to the program that you're applying to. But specifically for central admissions, things that you need to remember is we are asking you to submit transcripts for all your post-secondary institutions. So anything you attended after secondary school, we would need. So, and another thing to note is that you need to submit both official original language and English transcripts. So a lot of students sometimes submit only English because they think, we're applying to a school in the United States. Well, we do need both. So if you are able to submit these ahead of time, along with your application, that will help your application go a lot more smoothly, and there won't be as much hiccups, and it won't slow down the admission process for you. Another thing to know, obviously, is the English proficiency requirements. So USC accepts 4 different tests. So Cambridge is, I know, a very popular one in Colombia and in Latin and South America. So this is something that we recently added last year. So now we have TOEFL, IELTS, PTE, and Cambridge. So these are all exams that you could choose whichever one you prefer and to submit scores for. There is minimum scores listed here. But just so you know, if you aren't able to hit the minimum score, it doesn't necessarily mean that you won't be admitted. It might just mean that you'll be admitted, but you might have to take an additional exam that's offered by USC, that's completely in person, and it's free as well. So just things for you to note. I know sometimes students get discouraged to apply because they might not meet the minimum English requirements, but just know that there are options for you if you're not able to meet the English, but in other aspects of your application, in terms of academic and professional, you meet what the program is looking for, then it's not something that you have to, it shouldn't defer you from trying. Okay, for GRE and GMAT exams, a lot of USC programs do not not required anymore. So it's really important that you check the program that you're specifically applying to and seeing if it is required, and if it isn't, then that's something that can help save you a lot of time and money as well. So like I said, if you are planning to, when you do take these exams, please make sure that you are sending the test scores officially electronically. So usually after you take it, for example, there's a way to put the school's code, like USC's code, and then you can send it directly to USC. So we don't accept, like a student report for those test scores. So things to keep in mind. So I just gave you a general oversight of, things that people usually have questions about in the graduate application. Like I said, more specific things about the program you can ask depending on what you're interested in. And if you do have any questions, I'm happy to answer. If not, I think everyone's gonna break out into groups. For people that, just to note, if the department that you're interested in or the school you're interested in doesn't happen to be present here in one of the panelists, you're welcome to stay behind, and I'm happy to answer any questions I can or direct you to the right person. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. I think maybe now is a good time each of us can briefly introduce ourselves and the programs we represent before we split into the breakout rooms. So I'll go first, and then I'll call out the next person, and we can go that way. Hi, everyone. My name is Jessica Stern. I work in the School of Engineering at USC. If you are interested in a master's or PhD program in engineering or computer science, I'd love to share more information with you. If you do not have an engineering background, there are still many programs programs and pathways that I can share with you, including specialized data science programs and other kind of interdisciplinary education. I will pass it on to my colleague, Marisol.
Hi, everyone. My name is Marisol Rios, and I'm with the Price School of Public Policy. We offer master's degrees in public policy, public administration, health administration, urban planning, and we also offer PhD programs in urban planning and public administration. We also offer a professional doctorate degree. If you're interested in any of those programs, please join me in my Meet group. Thank you. Monica?
Hi, everyone. My name is Monica Reynoso, and I am from the Marshall School of Business. And I will be speaking on business MBA programs and specialized master's programs, including finance, business analytics, marketing. So if you have any interest in any of those programs, I'd be happy to meet you in our Google Meet. And I will pass it over to Justin.
Hey, my name is Justin Stuttle. I work with the USC School of Architecture. We have programs in architecture, landscape architecture, heritage conservation, and building science. So if you're interested, please stop by my Google Meet, and I can pass it off to Desiree.
Hi, everyone. My name is Desiree Mendez. I am the admissions counselor for the Masters of Science in Applied Psychology program under the Thornslife College of Letters, Arts, and Sciences. So if you're interested in applying psychology in the non-clinical aspects, definitely reach out to me. I'm happy to give you more information about our program. And I will pass it on to, I think we have Maeve left.
Hi, everyone. My name's Maeve. I'm representing the Annenberg School for Communication and Journalism. So for anyone interested in master's programs across journalism, communication, public relations and advertising, public diplomacy, or a PhD in communication, then please feel free to come to my Google Meet to learn more. And I'll pass it on to Allison, my colleague.
Hi, I'm Allison Hill from the Annenberg School. I am joining just for this intro session. You'll be in wonderful hands when you join the session that will be led by Maeve Lee. Thank you. Am I missing any?
Ok, perfecto, sí. Entonces les voy a compartir a todos a través del chat cada una de las salas a las que se pueden dirigir, como les decía, dependiendo el interés en el área de estudio que tengan. Entonces se las voy a compartir y cada uno se puede ir dirigiendo.